Good morning, traders and investors. My name is Roger Scott, and I'm the Senior Strategist for WealthPress. Today is May 3rd. It's the first trading day of May. And if you put a gun to my head and ask me where this year has gone, I'm still lost at last March. All right, well, it's Monday. Let's talk about this week. Last week, we had a lot of Fed data and earnings. Things were coming out better than expected across the board. All the numbers are looking positive. The GDP, check mark. Employment, check mark. Earnings, oh boy, big check mark. And things are coming back up as expected. So things are looking better. As far as this week, we've got a couple of things on the plate, not as busy as last week. I mean, how often do we have a GDP, FOMC, jobless, and unemployment all in the same week? I mean, it's a big week. But this week, we're going to have a good idea of inflation, whether there's inflation. According to the Fed, there's no inflation. According to just about everybody else, there's massive inflation. All you've got to do is go to the supermarket or go to Home Depot. Egg prices, lumber prices, copper prices. Don't get me started. But we're going to get a good idea of where manufacturing and consumers' construction spending is for this month and for last month, and we're going to get a good idea if there's inflationary pressure, which we will be able to tell by the ISM manufacturing index, the PMI manufacturer, the producers, industrial manufacturing, producers manufacturing, and construction spending. Construction spending should be very interesting because home prices have been just going crazy, and so has construction materials. We got factory orders. That's another major one. A lot of inflationary data out this week. The big report is going to be the wholesale inventories. Again, this is going to give us a good understanding of where things stand in terms of corporate inflationary pressure, company inflationary pressure. Jobless claims is going to be the big report of the week. Employment data is going to be the big report of the week. As far as the biggest reports of the week, those are it. Employment, jobless claims. Jobless claims has been really, really good. The numbers have been below 600,000. This is a weekly report. Last week we came in at 500 at 53,000. Where the 4-week moving average is barely at 600,000. I can't believe that. Fingers, toes crossed. We're going to maintain that level. That report is weekly, and it's as good as it's timely. It's only 5 trading sessions past, so it's giving us a good understanding of where things stand. And so far, things are looking pretty good. Right now, as we stand, the market's looking near new highs. We're going to be opening up at about 200 points on the Dow. Nasdaq is going to open up about 40 points. If you look at the S&P 500 pre-opening data, you will see that things are looking really good, and we're hovering at all-time highs, but we are grossly stretched out. Those momentum levels, folks, and don't get me started because I talk about them plenty, they're like this right now. We have the most overbought market in history. Now, talking about news. Markets have mostly climbed in recent weeks as investors remain optimistic that the pandemic is slowing down and steadily coming to a close, at least in the U.S. And it is. It's finally here. I've been very pessimistic about it ending, and it looks like it is going to end here. But doesn't look like it's that way around the world. Global recovery from the pandemic remains uneven. Canada, India, oh man, don't get me started with Canada and India right now. Japan. In much of Asia and many other countries, COVID caseloads have surged while vaccination levels remain low. They can't get their hands on the vaccine. Despite the decline, benchmark index in April was 5.2% higher, best month since November 2020 when President Joe Biden was elected. It logged a gain of 28% between November and April. Can you imagine that? That's amazing. Under Biden, the Dow notched its best first 100 days under new president since Roosevelt took office in 1933 with a 9.9% return as of April 29th. That's amazing. The Dow delivered 6.1% return during the former President Donald Trump's first 100 days in office. And we've had 28%, 6.1% versus with Trump, 28% with Biden. If Biden can give us returns like that, even I'm going to start becoming a fan. I can't believe I just said that. I go with the guy who gives us the best returns in the stock market. Now, earnings. More than half of the S&P has reported, and the numbers are better than expected. The financial sector, about 100% reported, 100% better than expected. Technology, about 60% reported. So far, all the numbers are better than expected. Earnings growth of 54% so far. And the numbers I've seen so far are actually better than that. Investors will get another big dose this week, including Lilly, Merck, Pepsi, Colgate, CSX, which is a Jacksonville company. It's a local company. I didn't know that till I moved here. Drugstore CVS, which will give us a good understanding of supply and demand. And investors will also get April's job report this week. This is going to be a big week. Now, I've got 3 stocks on my radar, all looking good, and these are cool stocks. 2 I've talked about ad nauseum. These are all the going out stocks. People love Crocs. Remember what I told you in the summer? I told you that Crocs and Lululemon are the 2 fastest growing retailers, consumer clothing retailers. And look at Crocs price. It's breaking out, and now it's consolidating. Earnings were really good, and I think this stock is going to go higher from this point on. So I like Crocs. They make shoes. They make these funny-looking shoes that people love. They're comfortable. And remember, a lot of people are going back to work, but a lot of people are not, and summer's coming up. People love Crocs shoes. They're really good casual shoes. Next stock, Dick's Sporting Good. I'm all over this stock. I love this stock. It's pulling to the 50-day moving average. I've been talking this stock up for like the last 6-7 months. It's now making higher highs, and I like it. It's pulling back. This is a good buy opportunity with Dick's right now on a shallow pullback, because I don't even know if it'll pull back to the 50-day line. Remember, gun sales, ammunition, shoes, sporting good. People want to get out. Stimulus check is hitting their bank accounts. People have money. There's a record number of cash in people's banks accounts right now. Oh yeah, we have a way of checking that too. We've got some good inside info here at Wealth Press. All right, anyway, and last but not least, this is the first time I talk about this stock. It's called HireCar. Now, this is a cool stock. It's a $13 stock. Look at what they do. It's a very cool company. It's a service company. It offers car sharing platform, which allows car owners to rent their idle cars to ride sharing services. This is very cool, and I'm very happy it's taking off in LA, because California really needs a service like that right now. Big time. I mean, the traffic they have is crazy. And I have a feeling this company is really going to take off, especially if they remain in California for some time. I mean, you could probably market this just in California with all the traffic. One of the reasons why I left California was traffic, especially Los Angeles. It's crazy. So North California, South California, and this is going to move to other states. But 1 year return, 657%. It has a 272 million market cap. The chart is looking good. I like this car company a lot, and I mean a lot. So keep your eye on HireCar, Crocs, and Dick's. Dick's and Crocs, there should be no news. Dick's and Crocs. What? They should have a show called Dick's and Crocs. Don't get me started. Anyhow, 3 stocks, Hire, Crocs, and Dick's. These are my old picks. This is a new pick. I like all 3 of them quite a bit. Now, before you start heading off to trade this week, I've got something big, something important, and timely. Folks, some investment analysts still recommend old buy and hold strategy. It's going to get Warren Buffett in trouble. I mean, big trouble. He's grossly underperforming the market now with his buy and hold techniques. So antiquated. While this is still a very popular way to invest for some investors and traders, you could miss out explosive moves in the market. We've had a 28% gain in the last 3 months since the last 100 days. I just said it a minute ago, since Biden's. I mean, we're talking the best performance since Roosevelt. How explosive, one might ask? Well, good question. Traders, if you wouldn't have caught on this, you would have missed out gains like 118% in PFSI, 81% on Penn, 101% on Party, 246% on GME, 414% on CNE, all in 7 days or less. Can you imagine making 414% in 7 days or less? 246% on GME in 7 days or less? That's what I'm talking about. Real gains, massive gains, gains that are home run type of gains. Now, microbursts, which is what I call these, they happen every single week. All 5 trading days or less, weekly trades. And that's not all. I believe we're headed into a 365-day microburst mania. And it's starting right now. Folks, this market is just getting started. And I mean that. I've been right every step of the way with this rally, and I think we're just getting started. Are you ready to learn how to use this strategy? I hope so. Click on the link below. to get more information about the next breakout stock. And as always, make sure to like this video if you're watching on YouTube. Stay ahead of the market, being the first to be notified when we post new videos. And you don't want to miss 414% gains, 246% gains, all happening in 1 week or less with the coolest stocks on Wall Street. They have to fit my fundamental analysis, my momentum studies, my earnings per share. Once they go through that, they literally become my microburst stocks. These are the best breakout stocks happening. You don't want to miss out. Don't miss the next 100 days of market-beating returns. Check out this microburst strategy and check out the next breakout stock now. Follow the link below before we take it offline. You got to check this out now. And have a great week. Start May off on the right track. Bye, guys. Remember, it's earnings season, so be careful out there. Take care.